Good morning, or afternoon, in fact. Oh my god, it's 2 o'clock. Wow. Time is traveling by. Literally, I feel like the last 2 weeks have almost felt like hours. It's kind of strange. I know at the beginning of the year, people were saying, like, this month feels like the longest year, or something similar to that. And I can subscribe to that. I definitely feel like I'm time traveling right now. I feel like time is just like passing us by so quick. I literally tweeted it earlier on today that it's a difference between light and dark at the moment. It's just if it's light, then I'm up and I'm working. If it's dark, I'm sleeping. Maybe I need to change that around. Maybe I can now. Maybe I can just like sleep throughout the day and then get up through the night and work through the night instead, because actually that might be better for connectivity in the nighttime as well, because most people will be asleep here in the UK. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little quick video. I'm trying to get back into making videos again and post them, cross post them, testing out DTube on Steam and Hive, and also playing around with my Hive community groups and Steam community groups. But I was thinking of posting this into the vlogging Hive, but I changed my mind this morning that I wanted to test out the DTube cross poster because the built-in support for Hive. So I'm going to put this onto my team video account, which has always been my decentralized video account for posting videos on IPFS or anything decentralized. And it's about our parents or grandparents, our peers in some ways of fountains of knowledge who have been on the planet a lot longer than us and seen things um, cascade and change and adapt. And I think it's kind of a crucial time right now in many ways. One, to regale and listen to those stories that they have to tell, and the way they adapted to life when life changed. I know my granddad used to talk about working in the mines and then also like working at Rolls-Royce as a union man, and all of these stories kind of used to fall out of him. And if there's one thing that I regret doing, it's not capturing those conversations in audio or video. I mean, at the time it would have been audio because I was kind of young, but we didn't have anything advanced like we have today, uh, with decent podcasting mics and computers and such like. It used to be just a little dictaphone tape recorder. And I've kind of regaled this whole story in the blog post if you want to read it, but I was reminded this morning, it just popped into my mind, of things that we do to comfort ourselves. And one of the things that my mum used to do was go off and grab this little dictaphone. And the first time she did it, I didn't know what she was doing. And she kind of brought it downstairs and set it up on the sideboard. And I could hear this like muffled voice because she didn't have it very loud. We had the TV on, and me and my daughter were sitting on the sofa. We just had lunch. And I was like, "What's that? Like, what are you playing back there?" And so she instantly turned the television down and she turned the volume up on it. And I could hear her voice, but I didn't know who it was. And then she told me it was her mum or my grandma. And it was so weird to hear my grandma's voice. And even though I didn't know the topic or what she was talking about, my mum told me that she actually recorded it kind of surreptitiously when she was in the old people's home, talking about just mundane everyday stuff. But it gave my mum comfort to hear my grandma's voice. And I have some poignant moments myself with my grandma. I remember going to the hospital when she got ill and flying to America, and then my dad phoning me and telling me that my grandma had passed away while I was away. There was a whole bunch of things that happened that made me actually go in the end. She was like, I don't know, I think she had a visitation from my granddad before I went away. But my point is with this video is that if you have parents, grandparents, we're in very delicate times in terms of a pandemic. This virus seems to be affecting everybody, but more so elderly, over 60s, 65, 70s, with sort of 75, 80 being really affected. 15-20% of deaths seem to be that group. So I think it's important that if you have the ability to do so, to capture those voices, those conversations, those stories that you can carry with you, play back, have some kind of semblance of attachment to all these different generations of people, your lineage, your DNA line, because you can't record it if anything happens to them. God forbid anything happens to them. And so I think there's value in doing that, because there's so many stories that go untold. I think everybody's got a movie in them, and we just never actually get that stuff out. You know, we have all these tools and we don't use them, or we don't record those conversations. So it is Sunday. If you get a chance around a dinner table, or maybe make it an activity while you're in isolation in the coronavirus, that's when I'm recording this video, then it might have some value in the future. And if not, then you've got this lovely little piece of content that you can pass down to family members. You don't have to put it online. You can just store it somewhere, put it on a USB stick. Hopefully we'll have like USB interfaces in the next 10-15 years. Maybe we won't. I think that's another interesting thing about media, is it changes so much that we don't know what the formats are going to be. I mean, we had MP3, MP4. Will we ever get MP5, and what will that look like? I don't know. All right, just want to record that. Record your peers, get those conversations, ask those stories. I bet there's some absolute amazing golden nuggets of information that you didn't know about your family members. Maybe they've got some stories about your dad or your mum that you've never heard before, and try and get it down. Try and get it recorded. All right, you have a great Sunday wherever you are, and stay safe.